All right, this your man right here, Curtin ICE, Shadesradio, right here for you. And I'm just wondering if you guys have seen this information. I just found this post on Twitter. Actually, I saw it a couple hours ago, and I'm just getting it to you guys right now because this is brand new breaking news. As you can see, Timbaland officially signs his first AI artist, Tata, the AI or the A-pop artificial pop singer. Timbaland's new AI record label, Stage Zero, will combine human input and AI to create new genres of music. Her, which is a debut single, will be dropping soon. Okay? And the reason why we're bringing this up is obvious, because you know I'm into the AI music. I have no problems with it. I have no problems with AI production, AI personas. I don't have any problems with that. But a lot of you seem to have a lot of problems with that. Right? Let's just judge by some of the comments right here. Let's look through some of the comments. This nigga made a fake Asian teenager. Check his computer. Boo. AI won't replace you, but a person using AI will. Now that's a sponsored link right there from the Rundown AI. All right, it's telling you to join 500,000 plus readers and learn how to use AI in just 5 minutes a day for free. Okay. On Thin Ice says he's been such a dork for a while now. This is on brand. Dom says 99% of the time I'm pro anything AI, but this ain't it, man. Put those resources into AI porn, so we know where Dom's at. All right. Dog Ninja says, and you know that's probably some young white kid. Just putting two and two together. All right. Timbaland about to go down the Kanye route and ruin his legacy with this one. All right. Again, y'all have no problems with these trash rappers who are living personas making all of this garbage, low vibrational music that goes out into the world. You have no problems listening to a bunch of negativity and ignorance all day long, just as long as it's coming from a real human person. That's why that what's that FN Mecca? That's why that project, actually ultimately failed, because it was using all of that negative energy and it just put it into an AI artist. But then y'all saw how terrible it was once it got turned to the AI. It's like, wait a minute, this looks ridiculous. But when it's a real human doing it, like 6ix9ine or whoever, or Lil Pump or whoever doing it, then y'all fine with it. Okay, as long as it's a real person being goofy and acting stupid and saying ignorant things and telling you a bunch of negativity and talking about killing people, all that, whatever stuff they talking about that's trash related, right? Y'all are completely fine when it's a regular human doing it. Okay, but then when you put the AI spin on it, we start getting into problems. We start getting into problems when it comes to that part. Okay, and the hypocrisy of some of you fans is just ridiculous, because it's like you have to have everything sanctioned by a record company in a music industry. That's who's telling you who you can listen to, is the music industry or record labels, because there's a ton of great music out here that y'all are not going to look for and that you're never going to find. There's music that's probably 20 years old that you'll never hear, that's better than everything that you've heard up until now, right? Don't y'all know KRS probably got like 30 albums, you know what I mean, that he's done in collaborations with so many other people? Y'all will never listen to all of that music. And there's a ton of those tracks that are innovative, talking about subjects that you've thought about but you've never heard a record about it. But you'll never go look those records up, because the only music that you like is the stuff that's promoted on social media and sanctioned by record companies. That's the kind of music that y'all accept. It has to be sanctioned by social media, and then you're allowed to like it. Right, because there's a ton of AI music that you'll never listen to, because it's right now the industry is not sanctioning it, right? And there's a bunch of underground music that you'll never search for, because all you'll listen to is the stuff that's right in your face. You'll never go look for any music to find good artists, to find old tracks, or you're only gonna listen to the contemporary stuff. You're only gonna listen to what's popping right at now on social media, and that's what you think is good. But that's not all the only good music. There's a ton of music that existed before you were born. So all of that is irrelevant now? Like all of that music is no good? It's trash? It's corny? Just because it was made before you were born? You know, Bob Marley's albums are better than most of your favorite artists, all of their whole catalog. Okay? Stevie Wonder's music is better than everything in your favorite music artist's catalog, probably. But do y'all go back and be like, oh, Stevie Wonder's the best thing that I'm listening to right now? No, because you only listen to the contemporary stuff. All right? So there's a lot of hypocrisy in you music fans out here. There's a lot of ridiculousness in you music fans with your opinions about what's considered music and what's not. Okay? Because, you know, we had a whole underground of hip hop out here that used to enable artists to thrive on the underground circuit, right? They didn't have to go through all the radio play and, you know, getting their name up in big lights and stuff all the time. They could make music and get support on the underground circuit because there was a set of clubs and different scenes out there that supported the underground scene, right? But y'all don't have scenes anymore. All y'all scenes are on the internet. So therefore they're not really scenes. They're just, y'all are just consumers of internet media, because a scene is actually like a physical space. All right. A scene is a physical space that you go to. And then there's certain people that always come to that scene. And then that's what makes the scene. It's the people and the time period and the places that makes a scene. Right. And we used to always have scenes up until recently, especially in hip hop. You know, when, you know, and before hip hop, it was jazz and rock and roll. There was a scene involved. Like there was different little collections of areas that were making certain types of music. Even when you had the grunge stuff come up out of Seattle and stuff like that in the Pacific Northwest, the grunge scene kind of was thrived there, right? That coffee house rock band scene, right? That scene spread out, and then everybody got to experience what that scene was like, because a lot of those artists got popular. You know what I mean? Okay. Same thing with, like, in hip hop, there was an underground scene in, you know, New Jersey, New York, in Philly, in Atlanta. There's, you know, maybe Atlanta might be one of the places that there's still actually a scene. Right, there's still like a hip hop scene a little bit out there in Atlanta, right? And in Oakland too. I gotta give shout outs to Oakland. Oakland, the Bay Area, like they seem to maintain a scene because they be on some other stuff while everybody else is doing something else. So you know that comes from because it's a scene right there, right? And to understand what I'm talking about when I say that, y'all can go check out my book, Shadesradio Underground Scene, 2008-2009. It's on Amazon. Y'all can go check it out. It talks about the New York, New Jersey underground scene from 2008, the type of vibe that was going on, the people that used to interact in the scene. There's a lot of pictures and stuff in there as well to let you know that was a real place. Okay, people had to actually go out and be around people. You couldn't just be on the internet in your house and say that you was part of a scene. Like, that's not how it works. All right, you had to actually go places. And you know, a lot of y'all can't do that because these people are not socially, they don't have the right kind of social skills, right, to be around other people. So a lot of your favorite artists, they need bodyguards. It's like a lot of your favorite podcasters and personalities, they need bodyguards when they go to a regular place because their vibes are just not right. They're based in a lot of clown shit, to be honest with you. Okay, so that type of stuff doesn't survive IRL. In real life. Okay, you don't get to do all that clown shit in public and stuff like that, and there don't be no repercussions to it, especially when the scene is any kind of real scene. You know what I'm saying? You can't just come there acting goofy and shit and then think people gonna accept it, right? So you had to actually interact with people in the scene and stuff like that. And there's a nice legitimate underground scene. There's always been scenes up until, you know, more recently, but now even in New York, bro, there's no scene in New York. There's no hip hop scene in New York. There's no places where everybody goes to and you can check out the new sounds. That shit don't happen no more. The only place you check out new sounds is on the internet. That's what we've been relegated to. Okay. So again, The latest news is that you guys have lost another battle. All you people that are against AI, you have lost another battle because Timbaland is not listening to you, and he's just one of the first artists that's doing this, but he's first in a long list of artists that are probably already doing it on the low, and they're not telling you anything. They're not telling you that they're using AI and none of that stuff. You don't know anything about these artists. You don't know where their music comes from. You don't know who's producing it, how they produced it. You don't know where all the voices are coming from. None of that stuff. You just accept it if they tell you Kanye West did it. If they tell you Travis Scott did it, then you just accept it. Okay? But in all reality, AI is going to continue to have an influence on the music business. And we're going to get to a point where we realize we don't have to just listen to industry regulated, record company approved, like social media approved music. You can listen to any music you want. It could be created by Joe Blow down the street, some unknown great artist that you know personally. It could be from somebody on a different continent that you never met before, and they don't have good social media presence in the United States, but you still listen to them, and that's where your music comes from. Or it could be coming from AI artists and AI tracks, right? You can listen to music wherever you want to listen to it from. If that has a good vibe and a good feel to it, or it has something that you connect with, you can listen to it. Nobody gets to tell you what kind of music you can listen to or what kind of music is good. And you can't just say AI music is bad and human music is good, because you're 100%, 1,000%, 55,000% wrong when you say stuff like that. Because a lot of the music that y'all are listening to and think is dope is trash. That's in my opinion, of course, right? But a lot of y'all favorite artists are trash to me, all right? They don't have concepts that really anybody needs to be listening to, right? There's people that listen to it, but there's whole genres of music that are trash, and it's made by humans, right? But y'all are okay with it as long as it's human doing it. Get off your high horse. Stop it. You didn't care when AI was helping you with making these Canva flyers and stuff like that. Y'all not mad at that. Y'all not mad at AI being able to generate y'all logos and stuff like that. You don't say, oh, well, I need a graphic artist to do this for me. No, you're not crying about that. You're just crying when it comes to these artists for some reason. What is your loyalty to these clowns? Why are you so loyal to these people? These people don't do anything for you. You know? Like, why are you so loyal to these people? But anyway, listen, that's just my opinion. Y'all can roast me in the comments if you want to. You can say whatever you want and I'll reply. Okay? Say whatever you want. All right? And if it's not completely idiocy, then I'll reply to it. Okay? Right, but you might agree with me too. There might be the off chance that you agree with me. But looking at the numbers, I doubt it. You know? And in the meantime, you can check out some for real classic, for real hip hop. The best hip hop on YouTube is probably on Shadesradio. You're going to see some of the most classic performances, some of the best collection of just for real hip hop materials right here. I got over 20 something hours of audio on Shadesradio 24/7 stream. I've got like over 17 hours worth of visuals that go along with that. And I'm going to be upgrading the visuals as we go along. I just put out a new upgraded visual for my joint about how I ended up recording the best hip hop cipher in hip hop history. Okay. All right. That's the cipher documentary, first part of that one. It's on the channel. Check it out. It's only got like 20 something hits on it. So if you want to go there, put a like on there. You're going to hear about the history of how video mixtapes started and how the best cipher in hip hop was recorded. And when y'all look at that footage, you're going to pretty much have to agree that was one of the best ciphers. Now, again, I do get into some specifics and I tell you why it might be number 2, whatever, but y'all got to look at the documentary for that. All right. And of course, again, check out the 24/7 stream. You're going to hear a ton of content on there that is not on anybody's other these little, they call themselves radio stations and all that stuff. You're never gonna hear the dope hip hop shit that you hear on Shades Radio, right? And I'll put that on everything, right? So until the next time, y'all be safe, all right? Peace.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is Big Rup, 1/2 Help Skelter, 1/5 of the Fab Five, with my nigga Aguilar, 8 off this ass.
Yo, I mean, like, yo.